Hello everyone, this is Atin Anduja, founder and CEO of Legal Foxes. Hope you all are doing well. Today we have our session on the topic Introduction to Goods and Services Tax with its legal ambit. And today we have CMA Nitesh Kalra here. Welcome to the session, sir.
Thank you so much.
Now we are going to start our session. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Hi all. First of all, I would like to thank Legal Fox for having me here and having this interaction with such a wonderful audience over here. Thanks to your audience as well. So before starting with the this session, just uh, just would like to know with the host that is everyone on the line, or are we supposed to wait for some other people to join?
Yes, sir, everyone is there.
Okay, fine. So, see, this goods and service tax was brought into the structure from 1st of July 2017. But before moving forward and understanding this GST regime, I would like to just take you all to the background of GST, because before understanding this GST structure, we must also know about the background of GST, as before 30th June 2017, how this indirect taxes or how this indirect tax regime used to exist. So starting with the background of GST, see, this GST as existed on 30th June 2017 was based on three lists to the seventh schedule of Constitution of India. Uh, with this three list was according to this Government of India Act 1935, brought into the structure from 26 January 1950. So the background is like very vast. ये जीएसटी को इतने पुराने बैकग्राउंड से उठाकर इस जीएसटी रिजीम में कन्वर्ट करने में जो मेहनत गवर्नमेंट्स को लगी, उसके पीछे बहुत बड़ी स्टोरी है. लाना कितना जरूरी था, ये सिस्टम कितना आउटडेट हो गया था जो एग्जिस्ट करता था कब, 30 जून 2017 को. मैं नो इफ एवरीवन इज ऑनलाइन. आई मीन अगर किसी को कुछ इश्यू हो या कुछ हो तो वुड लाइक टू नो फ्रॉम द होस्ट कि अगर कोई क्वेरी हो मीनवाइल, तो क्या पार्टिसिपेंट्स वो क्वेरी रेज कर सकते हैं?
Yes, sir. So they can ask their queries in the chat box.
Okay,
and
fine.
If you want, yeah, we'll read it to you, or you can read the query on your own. Like it's up to you.
Fine. So the structure was brought into the structure. Why? Due to few reasons. This reason was the changes in situation or the technology which forced us to brought into the new structure, that is GST. See, now एक कहावत है हिंदी में कि ना, हमारा इंडिया जो है ना, हमारा भारत जो है ना, वो एक हाथी की तरह है. हाथी की तरह कैसे? वो हाथी की तरह ऐसे है कि उसको उठाने में और चलाने में समय जाता है, लेकिन एक बार जो चल जाए उसे रोकने वाला कोई नहीं होता. कॉन्ट्रेरी टू दिस, एक और चीज है साथ के साथ में, दिस जीएसटी इज अ वन वे स्ट्रीट. आई वुड like to say, see how this is a one way street. See, there is no going back once this has been brought to the structure by the Constitution of India. So there is no other way. So प्रॉब्लम है, या फिर समझ लो कि यही है, हमें इसके साथ ही चलना है. अभी आप देखते होंगे बहुत सारे जीएसटी में ग्लिचेस आती हैं. वो ग्लिचेस क्या होती हैं? आज तक 48 से ज्यादा जीएसटी काउंसिल मीटिंग्स हो गई हैं. अभी हमारे स्ट्रक्चर में जो लॉ आया था 2017 में, उसके अमेंडमेंट्स के लिए कुछ ना कुछ चेंजेस किए जाते हैं. तो दिस ह्यू एंड क्राई कि people of India feel very difficult to handle with this GST and move forward with GST. But एक ट्रुथ ये भी है, एक सच ये भी है कि हमें इसके साथ ही चलना पड़ेगा. There is no other way to back out, to go back to the earlier regime. ठीक है? So on this 30th June or before this 30th June, what was the planning, what was the structure, how this GST was brought in? See, the constitution of GST council was made. How it was made? By the article 279A of Constitution of India. So GST council is what? GST council, how it is, how does it work? GST council recommends to the union and states relating to GST. See, they give their recommendations. Then the chair headed by the chairman of the GST council. Who's the chairman? chairman is union finance minister of the country. Fine. And the vice chairman, this is on GST council that it chooses the vice chairman of the council. So who are the members, the permanent members? The permanent members are the chairman, the state finance minister, and the state finance ministers of different states, or say as and when the changes made from the states, the representatives can be the finance minister of the state or other ministers of the state, as and when recommended by particular state. So this was the structure, how this GST was brought in and what was the background. This has been briefed to you by me in small 5 or 6 lines. Along with, I would also like to share here that Union GST Council, this union central government has 33.33% voting power. See, if some law or the changes have to be brought into the structure, it has to be passed in the GST Council. So in GST Council, central government has 33.33% of voting power, meaning thereby that state governments, respective state governments has 66.67%. Why I mentioned this here? See, we know that in GST, now coming to GST, we know in GST, most of the things have been brought into the structure, brought into the GST regime, except what? Alcoholic liquor. The liquor for human consumption has been kept out of GST, and this earlier tax regime is applicable on the alcoholic liquor. Just want to know from you that if you know this earlier taxes, we are of the opinion, generally we people are of the opinion that पहले वाला जो टैक्सेस स्ट्रक्चर होता था, जो 17 टैक्सेस होते थे, उनको सब्ज्यूम करके एक जीएसटी बनाया गया. तो मैं ये जानना चाहता हूं आप लोगों से, क्या हमें ये पता है कि वो पहले वाला जो एक्साइज एक्ट हुआ करता था, जो वैट एक्ट हुआ करता था, क्या वो वाइप्ड आउट हो चुका है, और इट एग्जिस्ट इन स्ट्रक्चर टिल डेट आल्सो?
It still exists.
Would like to know from the host if I can put questions to make this session more interactive. Otherwise मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि वन वे हो रहा है, मुझे तो ये भी नहीं पता चल रहा कि सामने से कोई कुछ हो रहा है नहीं.
All right, अगर someone wants to speak, I can unmute you and you can ask your questions.
Just, see, this can be a problem if everyone speaks and time is limited. Just wanted to know if someone can, if everyone are given an opportunity or chance to chat or say yes or no or put some queries, so that queries taken at this time can be taken after that 40-minute session which has been allotted to me.
It's open, sir. Anyone can take the queries anytime. It's already open.
Okay. Fine. Moving forward, what is goods and service tax? See, हमारे इंडिया में गुड्स एंड सर्विस टैक्स को कोई गुड्स एंड सिंपल टैक्स बोलता है, कोई गब्बर सिंह टैक्स बोलता है, मीनिंग देयर बाय कि कई मायनों में ये बहुत सही साबित हुआ है. सही साबित किस सेंस में हुआ है? सही साबित जीएसटी कलेक्शन के गवर्नमेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से सही साबित हुआ है, लेकिन जो ग्लिचेस पब्लिक को फेस करनी पड़ रही हैं डेली की, उसके हिसाब से शायद ये गुड्स एंड सिंपल टैक्स नहीं है, ये गब्बर सिंह टैक्स भी हो सकता है. बट ये कोई ना कोई किसको किसी नाम से दे देता है, किसी नाम से दे देता है. बट द truth is this is in existence now and we have to move forward with this tax regime only. So I was discussing that GST is a tax on supply of goods or services or both, except taxes on supply of alcoholic liquor for human consumption, meaning thereby कि alcoholic liquor को एग्जिस्टिंग सिस्टम जो 30/6/2017 को चलता था, एक्साइज और सेल्स टैक्स, उसी में छोड़ दिया गया और उसके अलावा बाकी सब चीजों को जीएसटी में लाया गया. अब पहले जीएसटी क्या हुआ करता था? पहले कौन सा स्ट्रक्चर था? पहले वैट हुआ करता था, एक्साइज हुआ करता था. तो वैट में क्या हुआ करता था? वैट में गुड्स का सेल होता था तो उस पर सेल्स टैक्स लग जाता था. सी, पहले सेल्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू जो होता था वो सेल्स होता था, सेल्स करते ही सेल्स टैक्स लग जाता था. अभी क्या उन्होंने कर दिया कि सप्लाई कह दिया, गुड्स और सर्विसेज और बोथ. तो यहां पे नोट करने की क्या बात है कि दिस इज ऑन सप्लाई नॉट ऑन सेल. तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि जो स्टॉक ट्रांसफर्स थे, जो ब्रांच ट्रांसफर्स थे, वो भी जीएसटी के एम्बिट में आ गए, पहले नहीं हुआ करते थे। अब इसका क्या मतलब है कि स्टॉक ट्रांसफर क्या होता है, ब्रांच ट्रांसफर क्या होता है? क्या इसका मतलब ये होता है कि मैं एक जीएसटी रजिस्टर्ड पर्सन अगर अपनी ही किसी ब्रांच में विद इन द स्टेट ट्रांसफर करता हूं कोई गुड्स, तो क्या मुझे उस पर जीएसटी देना पड़ेगा? ये मुझसे कौन पूछ रहा है? ये मुझसे एस्पिरेंट्स पूछ रहे हैं, पार्टिसिपेंट्स पूछ रहे हैं कि नितिश क्या हमें उस पर जीएसटी देना पड़ेगा? तो मैं इसमें ये कहूंगा कि अगर सेम स्टेट में गुड्स का मूवमेंट हो रहा है और एक ही रजिस्टर्ड पर्सन है, दैट टू ही हैज टेकन वन जीएसटी नंबर फॉर बोथ द प्रोमाइसेस, फॉर बोथ 3 प्रोमाइसेस, ये जितनी भी प्रोमाइसेस उस पर्टिकुलर ट्रांजैक्शन में आ रही हैं, अगर उनका जीएसटी नंबर सेम है तो उस पर कोई टैक्स नहीं है, वो ब्रांच ट्रांसफर कंसीडर किया जाएगा, दैट टू विदाउट एनी जीएसटी, गुड्स का मूवमेंट जो होगा। लेकिन अगर मेरे एक स्टेट में मूवमेंट हो रहा है, सेम स्टेट में मूवमेंट हो रहा है और मैं अलग अलग जगहों पे अलग अलग जीएसटी नंबर से रजिस्टर्ड हूं, तो मुझे उसका एज अ डिफरेंट पर्सन मानते हुए उस पर जीएसटी देना पड़ेगा। हालांकि वो ब्रांच ट्रांसफर ही होगा क्योंकि सेम पैन नंबर पे है, लेकिन क्योंकि जीएसटी नंबर डिफरेंट है तो मुझे उस पर जीएसटी देना पड़ेगा ब्रांच ट्रांसफर पे भी। तो अभी क्या है कि अगर ये मूवमेंट इन विद इन द स्टेट ना होकर आउटसाइड द स्टेट होता, इंटर स्टेट मूवमेंट्स ऑफ गुड्स या सर्विसेज होता, तो मुझे क्या करना पड़ता? तो ऑफ कोर्स इंटर स्टेट मूवमेंट्स पे भले वो सेम पैन पे हो, उस पे जीएसटी लगता है। क्यों? क्योंकि दो स्टेट्स का जीएसटी जो है ना, हमें लगता तो है कि जीएसटी एक है, बट जीएसटी इज नॉट अ वन टैक्स, नॉट इन वन एक्ट। हर स्टेट के जीएसटी का एक अलग एक्ट है। कैसे है? दिल्ली स्टेट का दिल्ली एसजीएसटी एक्ट अलग है, उत्तराखंड स्टेट का उत्तराखंड एसजीएसटी एक्ट अलग है। ठीक है, ऐसे ही हर स्टेट का जो पर्टिकुलर जीएसटी एक्ट है वो अलग अलग है। इसका मतलब ये है कि एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे भले ही सेम पैन पे मूवमेंट क्यों ना हो रहा हो, जीएसटी एप्लीकेबल हो जाएगा। उसे ब्रांच ट्रांसफर तो आप मानोगे, लेकिन उस पर जीएसटी की एप्लीकेबिलिटी हो जाएगी। नाउ व्हाट इज द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ जीएसटी? चलिए मूव फॉरवर्ड। या इस पे कोई क्वेरी है, कुछ है? Nivedita Yadav is saying that you can explain and brief the background of GST. See, I have been allotted a structure of slot of 40 minutes. So going back to the structure background of GST, see, structure is being, this is in pending. Structure I am explaining. Fine. Let us move to the
So
structure of GST.
Yeah, so we got a next question.
Okay, fine.
Then why it is called one nation, one tax?
Fine. This Pallavi Paliwal is asking that why is called one nation, one tax? Is every state having different GST act? Fine. This see, this is a fact that every state has its own GST act. लेकिन ये one nation, one tax कैसे होता है, ये structure से हमें समझ आएगा। अभी I'm going to explain the structure of GST. उसमें ये पता चलेगा कि ये one nation, one tax कैसे है। और इसमें भी questions हैं कि सच में क्या ये one nation, one tax है? This question I'll be taking at the end of the session, जब क्वेश्चन आंसर्स होंगे, ताकि अभी जो बैकग्राउंड है वो समझने में अभी हमें टाइम लगेगा। स्ट्रक्चर को हम अभी एक्सप्लेन करने वाले हैं। फाइन। This Shiva is asking to interact in English. Fine. See, about the structure of GST, shall I ask the host to move forward with it?
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Fine. See, GST is based on VAT concept. How it is based on VAT concept? VAT has been vanished as of now. So why do we talk about VAT here right now? See, it is based on the VAT tax regime only. In VAT regime also, input was allowed to be taken, and it can be used for output liability to clear off. So this VAT system is based on the old structure as it was in VAT. Now, what is the structure in this GST? GST is based on VAT concept of allowing input tax credit of tax paid on inputs. Things to ponder is, here I am talking not just inputs, credit on tax paid on inputs, input services and capital goods. for payment of output tax. तो ये कहते हैं, sorry, GST, why this is so that GST was brought in, and what is the difference between this system of indirect taxes and earlier system of indirect taxes? That means, what is the difference between GST and VAT? See, when the goods were manufactured in earlier tax regime, excise was imposed over it. When? On manufacture. Event is manufacture. Fine. The goods were moved forward to first stage dealer or second stage dealer, then to the wholesalers, and then to the retailers, and finally to where? To the consumers. Fine. So what used to happen there, when a retailer or a wholesaler used to impose VAT of that particular state on the value of good before selling it to the consumer, that excise portion is considered as cost for that retailer. Fine. The excise portion on the value of goods is considered at cost, and VAT is imposed on that particular value, including that excise. So what was the implication? It has a cascading effect. Why? Because cost to the consumer, the final cost to the consumer is higher as compared to what is here in GST. How? Am I clear? I am raising a concern. See, time is less. So from my side only, I am raising a concern so that maximum of your doubts get covered under my concern, so that the questions which may arise on a particular topic later on can be taken here only. My concern is how it is different from the earlier text. See, the main purpose, not the sole purpose, the main purpose of bringing in GST is to remove the cascading effect from that. How? Earlier, a goods value 100 rupees, when it is manufactured, a 12% or 12.5% tax is excise is imposed over those goods and sold it to the wholesaler or first stage dealer. See, first stage dealer was allowed, if it's registered in excise, is allowed to take the credit of excise. So that excise value, excise duty is not taken in cost, but input tax credit of same is available to that particular stage dealer. But to that wholesaler and to that retailer, before selling it to the customer, the ultimate consumer, that excise portion of duty paid on input goods is not considered. I mean, the input credit on excise is not considered for selling forward to the consumer, to the retailer by that wholesaler. So concern here is, in order to remove that cascading effect, tax on that excise portion, this GST was brought in, because now GST is a tax on supply of goods and services. That means every time a goods, even though manufactured, forwarded to the first stage dealer, then to the second stage dealer, then to the wholesaler, to the retailer, and to the ultimate consumer, a value addition, I mean the margin for every intermediary, is added to that cost. Then it is sold to the next stage dealer. But that excise that used to be the cost for that manufacturer or to the retailer has been removed. It has been removed with GST, a one tax. The question is covered, that question put in by Rashi Paliwal, that how this is one nation, one tax. So some aspects of this question, this concern is covered under this also. As soon we move forward, we'll be covering those other concerns also along with, and this concern will be taken along with. So this way, this cascading effect has been removed or intended to be removed in this particular GST regime, because this GST is a consumption based tax. That is, tax is payable by the state where goods or services or both is finally consumed. Meaning thereby, the state which is selling the goods or which is manufacturing the goods, the state which is manufacturing the goods, suppose a goods has been manufactured by the state of Delhi and manufactured and sold to the state of Haryana. So Haryana people, Haryana consumer is from Haryana, then the Haryana this seller is selling its goods to Haryana consumer. So finally, the goods, the collection of taxes brought is to the Haryana state, not to the Delhi state. So that is why this is said that this GST is a consumption based tax. Consumption based tax, how? Just wanted to know that remaining time is 10 minutes. 10 minutes is for this session
So,
or for the complete session?
For this session,
sir, total we have 50 minutes more left.
for this session, this link will expire in next
Sir?
10 minutes.
Fine.
And we have 40 more minutes after this. Total we have 50 minutes
Okay,
for the
fine.
session.
See, the broad structure is earlier there used to be a tax on tax, that is excise is put in, and before selling the goods, VAT is to be implied on value of goods plus excise duty. That means कि वो excise portion पे भी VAT जो था वो taxes लगते थे. So in order to meet with those loopholes, this GST has been brought in so that this cascading effect to be removed with. Now for every supply, at every moment of supply, there is a margin from a seller and he used to sell at that particular sale price, and it's GST paid on cost on input purchase is availed as input credit for payment of output tax. Let us move forward. How I would like to take you all to a GST portal so that you people can link along with. Let me log into a GST portal and will explain.
Devshri, can you please
hello?
open the
Yes.
share link? Yeah, Devshri. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
You just please continue.
Host, I would like to just share a screen. So
Yeah, I
Yes, sir. Just a minute.
I have allowed you to share the screen.
fine.
Atin,
Yeah.
let's do one thing. We
Yes.
should shift to the next meeting, and sir can share the screen at that meeting because it's just 7 minutes left.
All right. So, do you have the link of another meeting?
Devshri, I am ready with the screen to share with.
Sir, I think we should shift to the next meeting because only 5 minutes are left for this meeting. So,
Fine. Can you please provide me the link?
Disha will send you the link. Link भेज.
End this meeting, Devshri.
Everybody, please shift to the second meeting.